Hey guys, what you doing? I am picking hair out of my Kenchii 5-in-1 because I got hair down in the side there. I could take it off, but it's kind of hard to put on, and I don't want to break it because I just got this head at Groom Expo because my last one I dropped this. I missed the counter, dropped it, and there's a little plastic doodad in here that snapped off that's used to hold it in. So I just got this back. Basically, I don't want to break it again. Before I get going on my friend Ted here, I want to thank you guys for watching, and I would like you to make sure you subscribe if you like watching me groom different dogs, and like my videos because that helps me like think of, what am I doing right, and comment. You can always ask me questions if there's something you want to see, maybe a certain breed that I might have on my schedule. Comment below. I'll try to link websites to the products that I'm showing you guys, and if I forget one or something, you can come and ask me because I'm just here to share what I'm doing. That's all. That's it. You can also follow me on Instagram at Amanda's Pampered Pets and Facebook at Amanda's Pampered Pets. So I will first off tell you that Teddy is not on a grooming lead because he does better when he's free range. Like if I go to move him, he kind of tenses and freaks out a little bit. So I just point and tap on the table and he'll usually go where I want. So I'm going to do his paw pads real quick. And you can share my videos too. If you have groomer friends or pet parent friends, any friends, you can share my videos, share my channel. I'm just a regular groomer who's been at it for a long time. And I do regular dogs that go out and get funky and have a good time. Teddy's a little sensitive about his feet, so I try not to get too personal. And he also does not like the Dremel tool, so I just clip the ends of his toenails. Hold on. Hold on a sec, sir. He's more sensitive about this one because he licks the pad, I think. The hair in there is... The hair in between his pads on this one's a little brownish. Looks like lick, when they lick and lick and lick and lick and they have white hair, the white hair turns brown because they've been licking it. I'll go ahead and do your nails real quick before I forget. My first appointment with him, I didn't know that he had an aversion to the Dremel tool, so I took it to one of his back feet. I think it was this foot, actually. Boy, he turned around on me so quick. And I do him like every 5-6 weeks, so he doesn't have a lot of grow out on his nails anyway. So I just take the tips. He's a very sweet boy, but he is a terrier, so they can be a little temperamental. Yeah. That's okay. I would think it abnormal for a terrier not to be a little temperamental sometimes. And I think he's an older boy, but I don't don't remember how old he is. So that's why, like, I'll just let him have his way to a point. Over here. Hold on. He totally doesn't realize there's a camera over there, so he'll probably sniff it. Walk up on it. Close up, huh? Give him his close up for YouTube. You're so good boy. Yes. Good shaky. Good shaky. So he's getting a 7 blade on the back. I usually call it a number 7 schnauzer because I'm cutting him in the schnauzer line. But I do take his skirt kind of short because he tends to tangle, especially on his legs. I think it's, you know, it gets long and then he'll chew at it because it's long, and maybe it annoys him. I'm not very aggressive with this line either. I like to make them look like it grew that way on purpose. But that's because that's the way I was trained years ago. Is whatever you do, make it look like it grew that way on its own. Make it look natural. So that's what I always have in my mind when I am setting a line. I'm not gonna back brush him because he has sensitive skin. And he did get his bath and his blow dry. We used Petology Therapeutic Oatmeal Shampoo and Conditioner. Scents don't seem to bother him because I give him a bandana with perfume or cologne on it. So that doesn't seem to make him itch. Or at least his dad hasn't told me it made him itch. So. And I'm not like I said, I'm not aggressive with this. I'm not pushing very hard because he does have sensitive skin and I don't want to give him a rash. So it's not a very tight cut on his back, which, I mean, would matter more if I didn't come as often, but... Over here. Teddy. Over here. Hair in my nose. Warm blade, let's switch it. I always keep 2 of each length. Come over here, Teddy. Over here. I keep 2 blades in the same length because inevitably one's going to get warm and then I switch them because I don't want to cause razor burn. I mean, I've been told that that's not going to cause a dog to burn, but I'm not gonna play the lottery with those odds, you know. I would rather be careful and avoid the whole situation just in case. I'm just gonna comb out the skirt a little, or brush out, I guess I should say, make sure. The one problem I have sometimes is I make it look natural and then I can't sometimes tell if it's even. Hair. I did a dog this morning. Border Collie, no bath, just took a 1/4 inch comb to her hair because her dad he's a long haul truck driver and they're going out to North Dakota, and she rides in the truck with him and sleeps with him, and he has been waking up with long hairs in his mouth. I know I shouldn't cut him dirty, but move here. He was on a time crunch and he didn't realize I was coming out to the truck yard. I groom for the business owner too, so I go out to basically the truck yard, and that's where the owner lives. He has a house on the property. So this particular driver, and he's always there on a Friday, so he just forgot I was coming today. But my point is, let's get to the point, Rose. I'm allergic to dogs. I took my Zyrtec this morning, but I cut her hair dirty, and the undercoat and the skin cells and all the stuff has just been kicking up my allergies. So, if you see me go like this, I'm not snotty, I just have hair in my nose. Because I'm going to be sensitive to hairs in my nose since I've been already sneezing because of this dog I had this morning. She's the cutest. Oh, I love her. But she'll get her bath and the whole thing next time I go out. Over there. Over here, Teddy. Sometimes he acts like he can't hear me. I call that selective hearing. Okay, I'm gonna get a towel here and wipe my face. So now, I'm going to take the 1/2 inch comb and kind of take some length off his skirt a little bit. And then I'll hand scissor some too. Not a lot comes off. Mostly to make sure he doesn't get all overgrown and tangly. Because his skirt is very fine. Very fine skirt hairs. Hold on, honey. And they will tangle. Right, go over there, over there. Hang on. Come here, Ted. You're all in the camera there, Brett. Look up, Bubba. Hold on. Here's your lever. He's very much a schnauzer. 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 Very stubborn. But that's okay. I understand. I'm stubborn too. It's probably why I'm still a dog groomer. I knew I was allergic to cats when I got into it. I learned very quickly I'm allergic to dogs too. But that wasn't going to stop me. Even when my eyeballs were swelled shut for 4 months, it was not going to stop me. Okay, let's put the table up a little. He doesn't like it when I raise and lower the table. He'll just run from side to side and look at me and look at the floor like, what's happening? Why is my perspective changing? So I'm just going to go around the feet. I like to take some hair off of the feet around them from the bottom, because I like to see what I'm doing. And then take my comb through. For him, sometimes less is more, so I'll comb through and then kind of even up some ends, and then it's pretty much good to go. What is that? I left some hair. And I will show you guys, I don't know, if you follow me on Instagram, you probably saw these. My new pink poodles. Look at. There's even a jewel. Not a jewel. It's a charm. It's a little pink poodle. It's so cute. I went to the Kenchii booth because I wanted to get a new 5-in-1 head. And these were on display. So my first question was, well, they were in the left-handed section. So I was like, excuse me, are these true lefties? Meaning they're not, what they call flippers, or you can use them right and left-handed. And she was like, yeah, they're true lefties. Okay, I want a pair. I need two. I need two of these. So one's a chunker and one's a thinner, and this is the thinner. Because the teeth are thinner and closer together. And these ones have a serrated edge. I don't know if you can see. The edge, down here you can kind of see it. The end of it is kind of pointed at one side. And these ones aren't. These are straight on the cutting edge. These ones, they're the serrated thinners. And I forgot the purpose of the serrated edge. Probably a smoother cut. Right? Yeah. Sounds good to me. I could take the charm off because it kind of gets in the way a little, but the hole is a little small. And I thought, just leave it. It's pretty. Let's leave it. These are like my Cadillac shears. They can just keep their little poodle doodad and be pretty. I don't Because if I take the charm off, I'm going to lose it. And then I'll be sad. So for his feet, I'm trying something new. And I'm putting the scissor on the table. And kind of coming at it at a 45-degree angle all the way around. It's just a new scissoring technique I learned in class at the expo. So I took a bunch of classes to see what's new. A lot. There's a lot of new things. Like hand scissoring techniques. Now I don't remember being taught a lot of hand scissoring techniques. Besides, you never use thinning shears on a poodle. Well, guess what? People are using thinners on poodles. I've been doing it for ever because I don't like the scissor marks from the straight and curved shears. And I would get flack from other groomers that had been doing it longer than I had at the time because I was still a baby groomer. I was, new to the profession, so. The groomers that have been in the business a while were like, oh, you never use a thinner on a poodle top knot. I said, yeah, but I get divots in the top knot because the dog moves. What am I going to do? I can't hide that with a straight shear. But in class, I saw it done. Well, granted, it was a doodle, but I was watching the poodle competitions and where they groom the poodles. And I saw chunkers and thinners in some hands, so I haven't been wrong this whole time. I don't lick it. Definitely a paw licker because his front paws are not white. They're like a little brown color. Hold on. Oh, stop. Sensitive about his front legs. Does not like me monkeying with them. Which I can appreciate, but we still have to cut the hair, man. And he pants a lot. It's a little warm in here, but he pants a lot. Do you want me to turn the fans up, dude? Like even in the wintertime, he just is a panter. You're just a panta. Trying to pull his head forward a little so he keeps the weight on his foot. Because he likes to yank his foot up so I can't see what I'm doing. See any tangles in your armpit? Not this time. Not this time, Panda. Hold on. Let me see. He has a habit of taking this shoulder and kicking it out. So then I gotta work a little harder to see if it's all looking good. Okay, Ted, come over here. Teddy. Teddy. Wait. Wait, Teddy. Just a sec. There are some new things I learned in class that I'm trying to make it work for a left-hander because, of course, all the teachers are right-handed. So. Well, one of them was ambidextrous, but it's kind of hard to take new information, like new techniques and grooming, and try to... Come here. I need the other side, man. Come over here, turn. And try to make it fit for me, because I have to do it ultimately like backwards from how they did it. It's just kind of... It's kind of a struggle. Just going through and evening up a couple of these ends because inevitably, and you use a guard comb on a sparse or thin or soft coat, sometimes I get chopped lines a little. Teddy, over here. Teddy, over here. I need this foot, man. I know you don't like it, but he's very forgiving. Hold on. His love language is sticking his nose in my ear when I'm like down here scissoring his foot. Can't do it today though, I have my earbuds in. I don't know why. I like it when they put their nose in my ear and they sniff. I don't get it. And there was a teacher at Expo in a class. She said the same thing. I laughed so hard. I was like, girl, me too. Or when they like sniff my eyeball. Of course, I usually have glasses on, so. My cats, though, if I take my glasses off and I'm in my recliner or something, maybe I'm cleaning my glasses, my cat, well, they've both done it. I have 2 cats. Usually it's my female. She'll get up in my lap and just sniff my eyeballs. It's a little weird, but I like it. It's pretty much the only way she'll show me love. Besides yowling at the door at 5 o'clock in the morning. 4 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning. I got them some calming tabs, so. Yesterday, she had me awake at 4:10. I went out to the kitchen and gave them each a little handful of calming tabs. They're like chewable, like little treat things. And then I went back to bed, and I got up in the morning, and they were crashed out. They were sound asleep. And I don't know why she wants to admit that early. She has food in her automated, like the automatic feeder thing. Maybe now she wants her treat. I can't sleep. I need a calming treat. Let's see. Okay, well that foot has more hair on top of it, so we'll take some off of this one. Just thin it a little. Hold on, put it down. I go to comb it and he picks it up. Put it down. There you go. Can you see me? And I did feel a little tangle in that other armpit, so I'm going to set my 5-in-1 to a level 10, like a 10 blade. And I'm going to roll the skin out so I can see the tangle, and then I can zip it. It was in one of my classes, somebody asked me, what about mats in the armpits, how do you get them out? And she said to roll the skin out and just get it that way. And I felt a little vindicated because that's how I've been doing it lately since I had a boo-boo last summer. And my 10 blade caught a skin flap in that armpit. And I cut the dog and he had no idea, and I was in tears because I felt so bad. And usually if I have an accident, I don't usually cry, but I felt some kind of way about that because he's such a sweetheart. He's a Cavalier. King Charles Spaniel, and he's just so sweet, and he really had no idea. I was like, oh, I could either be good or bad. Okay. I think that's good, man. Now we can work on your head. Okay. Now, I'm going to come in with my regular 7 blade and wipe some hair off my face. Now, for years we were taught to take the blade backwards over the head to give it a shorter, more even look. On him, I haven't necessarily been doing that. At least not on top of his head. If I wasn't coming out here all the, every 5 or 6 weeks, I probably would, but I'm not even sure if that's proper technique anymore. And the terrier class I took was on the hand stripping of the terrier, so. And I forgot to ask the master groomers that were there. But I feel like the reason I quit doing it that way is I've shaved off one too many eyebrows. Because you take the blade backwards and the dog's instinct is to put their head back, and I've shaved off a couple eyebrows. And that's sad because it takes forever for them to grow long again. Let me see. And I feel like it's easier for me to get an even line on the top forward to back. So if I go this way, sometimes I may or may not mess up the eyebrow line. Or shave off the eyebrow completely. Are my earbuds still turned on? Hold on. Yeah. My what do I want to call it? Noise cancellation turned on. When before it was turned off and I could hear the fans running. So now I can't hear the fans running. It just kind of made me think maybe my buds turned off. So I'm going to go on the inside of the ear with a 10 blade just to get it a little shorter, a little smoother in there. Hold on, bud. He's not a fan. I don't blame him. It tickles, probably. And then I'll kind of pull the ear hair out a little so I can zip it off at the ear opening. So I don't pluck his ears. I just kind of pull the ear hair out and zip it off and make sure there's no tangles in there. That's one of the things in the grooming world that's changed. Because ear plucking used to be a standard practice with groomers. And now it's kind of, it depends on what groomer you have or what vet your pet client uses. Some veterinarians don't want us in the ear at all, ever, for any reason. And some vets are like, clean the ear only, don't pull ear hair. And some vets are like, I don't care, do whatever you want. So I always do it in a very gentle, safe manner, so I'm not ripping the hair or the skin on the inside of the ear canal. I definitely have some dogs that I don't even attempt it. And he's one of them. He doesn't have a lot of hair in there anyway. And we might not be friends if I plucked his ear hairs because there's some things he will not put up with. Like combing tangles out of his skirt. Sometimes he gets not happy about it. Which I don't blame him a bit. I probably wouldn't like somebody yarring on one single strand of my hair either. Good shake. So now I'm just going to come in and edge the ears so they look crisp and clean and fresh. Freshly trimmed. There's some folks working on a house across the way. So there's a roofer up there, I think, now. And every time they start hammering, Mr. Ted likes to look over there and pretend like he can see through the wall and see what they're doing. Okay, so I'm gonna grab one of my new combs that I picked up at Expo from Fame Pet Products. And it's got the shorter end that I have been liking in eye corners because the end is kind of shorter. I'm not gonna poke them in the eyeball with the teeth at the end of the comb. Just gonna thin out some eye corner hair. Let's see if I can show you. Here, take me turn around a little bit. I'm not yanking on his, I'm just firm gripping his beard a little bit. So then I'm gonna take the thinner and kind of come down the side of the eye, right in front, and kind of thin some length out. Uh, kind of open up the eye a little bit. I can kind of make that area a little bit, lay down a little bit better. His hair isn't very thick right there, but I have some schnauzers. I have to thin a lot out from under their eyes. So that way it kind of opens up the eye a little bit more, makes it look brighter. Then I gotta thin out between his eyebrows because they have that split between the eyebrows. I have on occasion used a clipper in that spot, but if you can't trust them to hold perfectly still, that is risky. Okay, now I'm going to trim your eyebrows a little. Then gonna kind of thin by the corner of the eye over here and the other side. With the beard kind of, well, I don't know if it's like the hair on the side here. It's kind of, it flows into the beard. So it's not really beard hair, but kind of thin it in a way so it looks like it just kind of grows flat like that. So I've got, like I said, I got a couple of schnauzers with thick hair. And if I don't do that on the side here, it just like puffs out like a fan. It looks kind of funny. And I am guilty of using thinning shears on the ends of the eyebrows, which, I mean, the teachers at Expo didn't seem to care. Because we did have one lady go over schnauzer eyebrows. I just do it to soften up the edge. So it doesn't look as severe, you know? What's going on? Are you impressed? Not really. I always have one that's a little bit longer than the other. Looks good to me. Grab some long hairs in between the eyebrow split. And then I will hold the eyebrow back and kind of get in the corner of between the eyebrows. So it makes it a little cleaner. And then I've had a habit forever to like comb his eyebrows back. I don't even know where I got that habit from. It could have been from doing all the pet dogs, and they usually just half the time when they get their pets and their loves, their eyebrows get pushed back anyway. So, what's up? You hear something outside? I don't hear nothing that we need to be concerned with. It's like one clump of eyebrow hair that's really long. Okay, I'm gonna get some coat handler for his beard. I have my coat handler in just a spray bottle that I got from Amazon because I bought it in a gallon size, and the coat handler like branded bottle that I had broke. I dropped it and the top broke. And I just spritz a little in there so I can get his beard combed out in a manner that is a little bit more pleasant. Because sometimes he gets tangles. And he doesn't like it when I have to comb out tangles. Just gonna take a little off the end of the beard. That looks so aggressive. He doesn't enjoy it when I'm trimming the bottom of his beard because then he'll just put his head down like, ugh. Hold on, man. Hold on, man. Hold on, man. Yeah, you're distracted for sure. So I give him the basic like schnauzer shape on his beard, but not as extreme. Mostly because he's a pet dog, not a show dog. But we still want him to look nice and schnauzery. Let's see. Usually by this time he's over it and doesn't want to do any of it anymore. It's usually why I gotta end up like palming the top of his head. It seems like I don't want to look at you anymore. Teddy, good shake. Look up. Can you look up so I can see your face? Make sure your beard looks okay. Looks good to me. All right, I'm gonna get him dressed for his pictures. We'll see you later. Bye. Thank you for watching.